we are in conversation with Daphne Tien. She's Director Marketing and Business Development, APAC. Yeah, welcome, Ben.
Thank you.
Can you tell us about the product you are displaying here in this show?
Okay, so this is the first time for Monster to have an exhibition in India. So
Yeah.
we are very happy to join the show here, and because we know in India we talk a lot about IoT.
Yeah.
So in order to introduce the products, we also invite three key suppliers to join with us in the show. So we have ARM Semiconductors, we have Muratas, and we have Microchip to share with the engineers the newest product in the show. I think a majority are related to the IoT.
Okay. So how big is the market for you for IoT things?
Oh, this is very difficult to say, but when people talk about the IoT, talk about the Internet Plus, a lot of things are really related to like the sensors and semiconductors are the most important. So we do see the business growth last year. The sensors dominated the biggest growth in Mouse's business. I think that I will say that will be more than 2 digits. As everybody knows, the business in 2015 last year was really big year to everybody. But for Mouser, we are happy to launch some new product lines, and for the sensor, it brings us more than 2 digits growth. So which is very, very happy to see that.
IoT is a very happening kind of word now,
Yes.
right? So are the people ready to accept IoT things in the industry?
Yeah, because IoT is a very big, wide range.
Yeah.
So when people talk about IoT and talk about smart hardware, so that's included a lot of things. So we do expect that will booming in the market because when we talk about smart hardware, a lot of things can be implemented with the Internet of Things. So connected with the devices, connected, with those big data. Only with the data can transfer a lot of later behavior and actives. So we do, we will keep monitoring the business, and we do see this will bring us the good future.
So apart from the IoT business, so what other business do you have and what other products do you have introduced recently in the market?
For most, we carry out more than 500 different products from the authority lines. So our focus is very wide. So this is why it's very lucky that Mouse's business doesn't impact by really the market when, for back to a few years ago when the PCs are dropped or sometimes when the mobile phone are dropped, some people will have a big impact on the business. But since Mouse's business focus on all different vertical market, so this is how we are able to grow very well every year. So, yeah.
If you ask to tell what is the USP of Mauser in India business, so what do you tell?
The US
USP means what is
US
your unique selling proposition in India,
Oh, okay.
and how do you define Mauser in Indian market?
Okay, very good questions. As we do see in India has a lot of engineers. So now a lot of the young people wants to design by themselves, and we see many new good talent. So for Mouse's strength is to introduce the newest product from our suppliers. So we do hope the engineers, when they design the products, they don't design from the old products. We need to design for the future. So the newest products is the strength of Mouser. So we think this will bring the engineers here are able to design the new products for the market.
So this is from the product side. So come down to the policies that you have. You might be, seeing the policy change for the last few months or the few years, right? So how do you think that the doing business in India has changed now?
For most, actually, we have the one warehouse globally. So we deliver everything from Americas. So everything is imported to India. Even though there's some, the customs, some policy change, but for the components, I think we will follow the policies. And actually, we have very good news for the engineers, because when people buy from Mouser, they buy very small quantities. People will consider about whether the transportation, the cost will be very high. So Mouser is able to offer the flat rate to the engineers if they come to buy at a certain amount. So no matter how much they buy, we ship everything by DHL, and the cost of freight cost is only $20. It's very low price for them, so everybody is achievable. So, and of course we consider the local customers. They want to deal with the rupees, and this is the direction that Mouser is going to introduce.
Do you see there any issue in the tax structure in India?
For Mouser, no.
Yes.
For
No,
Mouser,
issue in the sense, do you want there has to be some structural change in the tax system in India?
of course, we want everything to be stable, right? We don't want a lot of things to change, so it will be difficult not only for the vendor side like Mouser distributor side, but also for the customers in India. So this will not be good for the engineers. Then they have to. It's difficult for them to calculate the cost, because when you have the policy changes, that means your cost will be unpredictable. So we do hope the country are able to have those policies can be stable. Then of course that will be benefit to everybody.
What are your future programs in terms of the Indian market and in terms of the APAC market?
ABS?
Yeah, means you are representing all these countries, Asia Pacific countries and all.
Yes.
So what are your future plans to increase your business here in India and the other markets as well?
Okay. Yeah, Mouser has 8 different branches in Asia Pac. So we just opened a new office in Japan last year, and we are planning to open a new branch office in Korea. We do see these 2 countries also very much the R&D indications. They have very strong R&D. Of course, India, we do see is a rising country, so we have a highly expect the big growth in India. So for Mouser, we also heavily invest in India. We build up our IT teams in India, so not only for the customer service to do the distribution, but we have the IT team, we have the content team as well. So this will be very strong investment to support the corporate operations. So we will continue to do that.
So are you satisfied the way things are changing for Mouser in India?
Yes, because when I mentioned last year was a very poor year, but in India we have more than 2 digits, almost 20% growth. I think nobody can complain that. Right?
Okay. So your future plans in terms of spreading publicity or spreading means the products information to the market. So what is your plan for that?
Yeah, Mouser is a company we launched for those worldwide leading suppliers. And last year we also engaged a supplier like from China, because China is a market to talk about a lot of makers, IoTs. And here, when we are here in India, we also see a lot of opportunities. The local manufacturers and the local suppliers. So we will keep our eyes open and to see what's the opportunities. We hope in the near future, we have a chance to bring the Indian lines and to use the Mouser's platform and to sell Indian products to globally.
So if you ask to give the growth figure, not in terms of revenue, but in terms of the percentage, so what would be your target for the next years?
For Mouser, I don't talk about the overall market because we do hear a lot of different opinions. Some people said 2016 will not be better than 2015. A lot of people say that, but I think in India maybe that would be different case. As I mentioned earlier, I think India is a very good chance this year, and we hope to have at least 2 digits growth in India.
So what would the growth percentage here in India for Mauser?
We hope not less than 10%. Of course, we hope much higher.
Much higher than that.
Yes.
Since the European market and the US market is slowing down, not much in demand, then okay, China market is still booming, and India market is started picking up now.
Yes.
So do you see, Miss, it will go on like this for how long?
Yeah. For how long?
Because we have a lot of potential, 1.25 billion people here in India. We have a good domestic market, right? And there are the manufacturing unit people are coming here in India investing for exports as well,
Okay.
catering the domestic market and for export as well. So for how long the thing will go on?
Yeah, well, of course, we want to continue to for the next 10 or 20 years, but I do think if to be more conservative, the next 5 years we'll still see the growth because when I am here and talk with the people, I do hear that in 2020, in India market semiconductors value will be 400 billion. So you see how much now then you have the very large room to grow.
Through Yearly Times TV, you are face to face with your audience. So what would you like to tell to them?
Yeah, I think the people here in India are very energetic and very smart, very friendly, and we bring the newest product. And of course, we will suggest the engineers they are welcome to visit Mauser's website because we want the engineers here when they think about new product, they think of Mauser.
Anything else you would like to tell?
Yeah, because now it's January, just is a new year, so I wish everybody Happy New Year and with good health.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank you very
very
much.
much. Thank you.
Thank you.